Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Late Show. How's everybody doing? Yes, welcome again. I'm Vaughn, and I am here with...
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ray.
Yes, and we are going to be your host for the weekend, today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then I think Brian's going to come back on Monday, but we are very excited to see you guys, and we have a lot of stuff to get into. So, DragonCon has started yesterday, or maybe it started on Wednesday, technically. But so far, what have you guys been up to? What was the big thing that you did on yesterday?
So yesterday I went to Bunny Hutch, which is always amazing to see all of those the costuming skills. Incredible. I just had like a corset with a badge on, but like, some of the others were like amazing.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ray?
Well, I tikied a little too hard on Wednesday, and then I went to the secret rave, which was not super secret, but it was a lot of fun on Wednesday night, and as a result, I spent all of Thursday in bed watching DragonConTV.
Yes, DragonConTV is where you can see all of the news. We have lots of skits, shows, tons of things happening. Now, what did I do yesterday? I was here last night, and I was here for something called DCW. Did anybody go to DCW too? Okay. It was crazy. Now, one of the things that is, if you've never seen a live action wrestling Pokemon battle, it is something. Oh my God. So they had that. If you guys have heard of Power Slap, it's like a competition where they slap each other. They had someone that he was just slapping people left and right and knocking them cold out. So, but regardless, lots of fun at the wrestling. Then I went to the Comedy for a Cause. That was another event where they had stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy, but hosted by Damon Lee. They had 10 stand-up comics, very funny. They tried their best to stay, clean, but of course we're at DragonCon, so we're gonna let it out. We're gonna rip it out. So lots of fun, and I do have a lot more stuff to look forward to today. But the blood drive kicked off on Wednesday, and we want to thank every donor that contributed. Did anybody contribute here at the blood drive? Oh wow, I see a lot of hands. Thank you guys. The blood drive registered 422 donors on Wednesday. And that number is more than twice as many that we had last year. So very good job. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And the numbers for yesterday, I hear, were over 900.
wow. So yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. The DragonCon community really comes together to support both the blood drive and our charity partners.
So there is a screen-used 1951 Studebaker Commander from the Muppet movie that was restored by Razorfly Studios in partnership with the Studebaker National Museum, and it's here at DragonCon this year. It debuted at the Muppet photo shoot, I hear, to great love, and it's going to be at the parade, isn't it? Is it? I think so. Did I make that up? I might have lied. I don't know. We'll find out.
You're right.
We caught our DragonConTV host, Brian Richardson, snapping a photo of the car. The meticulous restoration brought the beloved film car back to its original on-screen look, preserving its cinematic charm and cultural importance for display at museums, conventions, and special events, just like this one.
Yeah, if you'd like to learn more about the restoration of this iconic car, later today, Mark Zorin and puppeteer Sherilyn Lambeth will discuss the process with Fozzie and Kermit in the front seat. You can catch the panel at 4 p.m. at the Marriott A704 near the Puppetry track.
You can also catch this car on Saturday at our annual DragonCon parade.
I was right.
Yes. And it's going to be ran by the Razorfly team and some Muppet guests. It's featuring Dave Goetz and Bonnie Erickson. If you would like to see it up close, make sure that you are parked in front of John Portman Boulevard in front of the Hyatt lobby. And that's the prime spot. I'm telling you guys, that's the best spot to be at for the parade. That's just a little secret. If you don't, also, if you enjoy steam-powered excitement, the alternative in historical fiction, robots and makers and kids track, that's a lot, are bringing back both of their splendid teapot races. Oh my God, that is so cute to see that. You guys got to see that. If you have little kids, or who want to race for the first time, stop by the Capitol Ballroom in the Cortland Grand Saturday at 10 a.m. to sample the pre-made teapot racers and the course. Or you can join us on Sunday at 10 a.m. in the Grand Ballroom to see handcrafted teapots or to take on this year's course. So lots of stuff for that.
We have a super packed show for you today with 3 guests, and I'm super excited to bring on our first guest. I've been a fan of his work for over a decade now, so please welcome Raymond Carr.
Yes. There he is. Thank you so much, Raymond, for coming today.
Oh, well, thank you for being here with me, coming here. It's morning. I don't know, man.
I know, it's early. We're still trying to
I'm
get
here. What else you want? Great.
So, you know it's DragonCon.
I do.
It's DragonCon, and you know that we love puppets here at DragonCon. But what does it mean to you that makes puppetry such an art form?
Probably a lot of you don't know who I am, but I'm a puppeteer. I work with the Jim Henson Company, and I've worked on a show called Lazy Town, a show called Walking with Dinosaurs, the Arena Spectacular, and I puppeteer the Aflac Duck for their social media. Yeah, that's the thing. So for me, puppetry, actually Bo Brown coined the phrase that I really like. It's live action animation. You can really do anything you want with puppetry, and you can embody any character, and you have a social contract with the audience that if I show up to be a 3-year-old child, you're going to believe that this is a 3-year-old child, and you're not going to be like, that's not realistic. You buy into the magic of what this object is that's coming to life.
So, Raymond, you've worked in a lot of different mediums. Backstage, we were nerding out about digital puppetry. I know you've done live shows. I know you've done TV, film. Do you have a favorite type of puppetry to do?
My favorite type of puppetry is what we call, well, there's a lot of names for it, but tabletop or bunraku style puppetry, which is usually 2 to 3 people operating one character. We do that with... we use that in like green screen puppetry, so anytime you see a full body puppet and some sort of background comp, that's generally referred to as, oh, look at that, there's a bunch of stuff with it. Then also, we also use it when we did Walking with Dinosaurs, which was a 3-person, even though those dinosaurs were 40 feet tall. And we also use it in what we call digital puppetry, where we'll have either a CG character or somebody who's in a mocap suit or working a mocap puppet, and then I'm off to the side operating its mouth and other features. If you remember the character Waldo from Muppets 3D, and there's been a bunch of other stuff. It's one of the last things that Jim did before he died was develop this technology. So that's generally my favorite kind of stuff to do.
All right. Now, you were featured in an exhibit at the Center for Puppetry Arts earlier this year, weren't you? How was that experience, and how did that come to be?
Yeah, it's my mausoleum they made for me. It was wild because it's kind of like a retrospective of my work, and it opened January 17th, and my first child was due on January 19th. So. It was it was also like a very existential, felt like I was in some sort of a quantum entanglement where I was looking at my life 20 years ago and my life 20 years in the future at the same time, preparing for both as they converge on the same point. Fortunately, she did not come when the exhibit opened, so I didn't have to miss either, because that would have sucked. But yeah, and it was a really, really wonderful experience. We also did a show, which was a lot of my short piece work at the center, the Ninja Puppet Shenaniganza, which is a lot of fun. It's a really cool experience, and anybody who's from out of town that wants something to do other than DragonCon Atlanta, you got to check out the Center for Puppetry Arts. They have the largest collection of Henson puppetry, including puppetry from the Dark Crystal, the Labyrinth, early Muppet stuff, current Muppet stuff, and stuff from like Mystery Science Theater 3000 puppets and Chucky puppets and all this amazing stuff, and also wonderful shows. So you got to check it out.
Yes, I'll definitely vouch for the shows. I actually went there for the first time a few months ago, and the show was it was amazing to watch
Yeah.
it. So speaking of that, there's a lot of support with puppetry. But what would you say to people that would say puppets are just for kids?
The pilot for the Muppet Show was called Sex and Violence. It's true. It did not get picked up. But puppetry has always been something that it's a very like American point of view to think that puppetry is specifically for children. All over the world, it's used as allegory and entertainment, especially historically. Before they even had cartoons or animation, people would watch puppet shows because you were able to tell stories and satire. Punch and Judy was a satire about aristocracy and all that kind of stuff. So I think that and also it's used throughout film and television now with creature effects and things of that nature on film and television right now. So it's a really diverse experience being a puppeteer.
Do you have anything you're especially looking forward to at DragonCon this year as part of the puppetry track?
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. The Muppets are here, which is really cool. Dave Goelz, who plays Gonzo, and Bill Beretta, who's the head of Muppets and does Pepe the Prawn, Kevin Clash, who was the original Elmo, and he also did Splinter from the Ninja Turtles and a bunch of other puppets throughout the years. They're going to be doing some panels, and I'm going to be leading a conversation with them. They are also going to be doing a lot of other panels, like for Muppets Christmas Carol, which is coming up. And if you can't get into the Muppet Christmas Carol, you can come to my panel, which is a retrospective on a show called Lazy Town, that I'm not sure if anybody's going to show up to because it's up against Muppet Christmas Carol, which, I get it. There's also a really great competition two competitions that we have. Ninja Puppet Warrior, which uses Bunraku style puppetry to do like just parkour, basically. It's a lot of fun. And then also we have a new game show that I'm hosting called Lip Sync-a-Palooza. It's kind of like American Idol, where you're just lip syncing along to songs, and it's going to be judged by some of the Muppet folks. So it's a lot of fun that way.
Yes. Thank you so much, Raymond. If people want to follow you, do you have any socials available for people to look
Yes. You can find me on Instagram, The Ninja Puppet. And if you type in Ninja Puppet, I'm usually the first thing. And also we have a secret show that's happening Saturday night at 11:30 in the Puppetry track. It's Bob and Carl, who host the Late Night Puppet Slam. It's Bob and Carl versus Raymond Sexy Raymond, which is this weird character that I play.
Okay. So, guys, thank you so much, Raymond, for coming out, and make sure that you be a part of the puppetry track. I'm so sorry. All right.
Great.
So now we're going to have DragonConTV correspondent Kat. She's going to give us some tips on how to survive DragonCon. Let's take a look.
This is Kat Steve Classified Survival Guide with DragonConTV. A convention full of different fandoms, insane fun, giving you great advice and helpful tips to help you have a safe, fun time. Cat Ninja, that's me, and my DCTV family who do the impossible, create a guide that will help you survive DragonCon. First day of con, tip number 1. To pick up your badge, registration opens at 8 a.m. here at the Coeur d'Alene Grand. Remember to always have your ID because you'll need it to get your badge. The new location of DragonCon's Disability Service is here in the Capitol Ballroom. This is where fans with disability can pick up their badge and get their disability sticker. Number 2, shuttle service. If you need to take the shuttle, let them know when you get your badge, and they'll give you a card with a phone number to call, and the shuttle will pick you up where you are. Tip number 3, the elevators. The elevators have a max capacity for a reason. If you cram people inside and proceed to go when the alarm is telling you it's too full, it will get stuck and break down. So, if you're only traveling 2 floors up or 3 floors down, please use the escalators or the stairs if you're capable. Leave the elevators for friends with disabilities. Please do not go down to go up. and do not go up to go down. If there is a long wait for an elevator, find the closest stairs. Be good neighbors about it and be considerate of others. Tip number 4, smoking. If you're using smoking products, be aware of others around you. There are some with allergies, so please only smoke in the designated smoking areas. This is Casting Classified Survival Guide with DCTV.
Thank you so much, Kat, for those tips. And honestly, it is very, very important to make sure that you guys stay hydrated because, of course, it's going to be hot. It's a lot of walking going around, so make sure that you take those tips in mind that Kat was able to tell us. So, Raymond is no longer here with us, but right now we do have Miss Shaynell Smith with NAMI Walks. Let's give her a hand clap. Thank you, Shaynell, for coming out to our show today. Can you tell us a little bit about NAMI Walks?
Yes, so NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we are NAMI Georgia here in the state. That's our state chapter. NAMI Walks is our signature fundraising event that we put on each year. NAMI promotes mental health awareness and education throughout the state, and then we also provide classes, support groups, and a helpline that operates for individuals to get resources about mental health within their community.
That's wonderful. I'm actually, we talked about this a little bit backstage, but I'm here in part because of NAMI resources when I was a teenager, so I have a very soft spot for your organization in my heart. One of the things I've noticed is that it does feel like the stigma is really something you guys do a great job of fighting, and you really make the people that you work with feel like they have agency. How do you think that you are able to accomplish that?
Yes, so one of NAMI's key principles is to make sure that nobody is alone in their mental health journey, and that does come with addressing stereotypes and stigmas that come along with mental illness or mental health conditions. So NAMI focuses on making sure there's community support. We have classes for our peers and classes and support groups for our families as well, and it's all about community. All of our programming is free, and it's also peer-led to provide that support and the comfort around the individual who might be experiencing a mental health condition.
Yeah, what are some of those programs and services that y'all provide?
Yes, so some of our programs are peer-to-peer programs. These are support groups where individuals with lived experience work with other peers who have lived experience as well. We also have family support groups, which are for families of the individuals with mental health conditions to work with families. But we also provide classes to the community. We provide classes to healthcare professionals. We have NAMI on campus groups in high schools and colleges. And then we also have programs like our helpline, where anybody in the state of Georgia can call into our helpline Monday through Friday and get resources about mental health in whatever community they may live in.
Great. I visited the website and I looked into it. You all do have certain events, and I saw that you all have different walks going on. I want to go on one of those walks, but can you share with the people about when and where your next walk is going to be?
Yes, so our NAMI Walks Georgia event is coming up on October 4th. It's a Saturday. That is, as I mentioned, our annual signature event, so that's kind of like the big thing we prepare for each year as far as events go. We invite everybody from across the state to come to Doraville, Georgia, which is where the event will take place at Assembly Studios, the old Ford plant. Yes, so it'll be taking place again for the second time this year, and we usually have over 1,000 registrants. The event is completely free to partake in. You can sign up, form a team, you can walk by yourself, you can just come. It's a family fun day with a lot of community vendors and resources, so it's just something to come out to as a community event. You don't even have to walk if you don't want to, but it's a big awareness event that we do to bring the community together.
Yes. Sounds like a lot of fun, so make sure you mark that on your calendar, guys, October 4th at Assembly Studios. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be there. So thank you so much for your time, Ms. Smith. Socials, yes.
Yes, if you're interested in the NAMI Walks event, we do have a separate website for it. It's www.namiwalks.org/Georgia. And then our social media across all socials, Facebook, Instagram, at X is just NAMI Georgia. So should be pretty straightforward to find, and that's just NAMI Georgia.
Thank you so much, Ms. Smith.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, yesterday, DCTV correspondent Joy checked out all the cool spots in DragonCon that you should know about. So let's take a look at that.
What up, what up? It's Joy with DCTV. This is DCTV Cribs. We locked in. A matching ID is required to pick up your badge. We at the Atrium Ballroom in the Marriott. Friday night costume contest. Be there, check your app for the time. Yo! Okay, we're at level 2 of the Hyatt. And as you can see, as part of my crib, we got our man.
What's up, cons? Welcome to my crib.
Tell us where we can get our blood.
Well, we'll take your blood right here at the bottom level of the Hyatt. It's the Atlanta Convention Center level. Please come by and see. Come donate blood and save 3 lives.
Thank you for coming to my crib. This is Joy with DCTV, and we're signing off. Woo!
Thank you so much, Joy. Fashion icon, am I right?
Yeah, Joy had
So
a
stylish.
full afternoon yesterday. That was amazing. So right now we're going to welcome Miss Faith Brooks, who is here with our live action role playing or LARP track. So let's give her a hand clap. Thank you, Faith, for coming today. So, what does LARP mean and what does it encompass? What does it mean to DragonCon for LARP?
Okay, well, LARP means live action role play, and there are 2 kinds of LARP. So there's going to be a boffer LARP, and that's where you see the people with the foam swords and they're fighting, and it's a lot of action, and it's still safe and it's still padded, but DragonCon doesn't usually allow those. So what we normally have are salon LARPs, and those are going to be very storytelling heavy, immersive. You're acting out your character rather than just talking about it like in D&D. You're actually dressing up, you stay in your character's voice, you act out scenarios, and there's different ways of resolving conflict versus fighting.
So I can't be a character in this Mario suit, can I?
You could absolutely be a character in that Mario suit.
If someone has never tried live action role playing, what would be a good starting point?
A good starting point, if you want to start here at DragonCon, is going to the demos. They have demos where you can actually see the LARPs, and you can participate if you decide that you want to do that. We have 2 this year. The first one is going to be Amped Guard, and they are having a panel today, actually, at noon. So you can actually ask them questions, you can talk to them. They'll basically be there for about an hour. It's in the West End on the 12th floor in Piedmont 3. They also have a demo where they're actually going to be acting out their LARP, and that's Sunday at noon through 6 o'clock.
All right.
And our second LARP is After the Sunsets LARP, and they have their demos every single evening, Friday through Sunday from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So just drop by. It's on West End 12th floor, and there'll be signs.
Wow, lots of different events. Who organizes all these events that y'all have?
I organize them all. That's why I get paid the big bucks, which is 0.
So does werewolf count as a LARP?
It does not count as a LARP. I am also the director of social deception, and that is a completely different thing.
Oh.
And social deception is basically where werewolf, let's say the lore is going to be you're in a 16th century village. Everybody in the daytime in your village looks like one another. You're all villagers, but at night, some of those villagers are turning into werewolves, and they're killing your own. And then in the daytime, when you wake up, everyone still looks the same, so you don't know who it is. So the job is to find out who amongst you is not one of you. So if you're a villager, you're hunting werewolves, you're using deduction clues, you're using who's looking shifty, who said something yesterday and it's different today, who's not really participating like they actually want to find wolves. And if you're a wolf, you want to hide amongst the sheep. You want to be real low key. You want to pretend like you're one of everybody else, while at night you're taking them out.
What makes these social deception games like so intriguing and enthralling?
People just love them. I found social deception about 10 years ago. I watched for about 2 games, and I played for about 72 hours straight after that, and I never left.
Did you find it here at DragonCon?
No, the first time I found werewolf was at a convention called Decepticon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And that happens every President's Day weekend in February, and that is at the La Meridian, run by Werewolf ATL.
I can vouch for Werewolf at DragonCon, though. It's where I met some of my best friends like 10 years ago. Werewolf has been such a staple of this convention.
Absolutely. People love it. Every year it grows, and we are getting more space, so it's awesome.
Yes, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. So DragonCon is definitely just one big nerdy community of family. But it sounds like LARP has its own little mini community. What do you love about that community?
The LARP community is basically generations long. I was just talking to my second, Sam Levine, who actually runs the After the Sunsets LARP, and he was telling me that there are 3 generations of a family that comes and plays. Literally the grandfather, the son, and then the grandson. They all play, and they've been playing, together, him and the grandfather, for 40 years. And it's a wonderful community, and it's great storytelling and just great interaction.
Wow. Thank you so much, Faith. Make sure that you guys join the LARP track. Where is that again? The West End?
Yep, the West End 12th floor for LARPs, and the West End 14th floor for Werewolf, and also Blood on the Clock Tower.
Yes. So make sure, I forgot to ask about that, the Blood on the Clock Tower. So guys, make sure that you go there. It is going to be lots of fun. I'm actually going to go check it out when I have some time. DragonConTV does take up a lot. But thank you guys for coming out. We're going to thank you so much, Faith, for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you to all of our guests this morning. Unfortunately, guys, the show has to end. I know.
No, thank you.
Maybe they need to pay us a little bit more than 0, like you said. But, we have a hard stop. So thank you again, Raymond, Shaynell Smith, and, of course, Faith, for coming out and sharing your things that people need to know about. But signing off, I am Vaughn.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ray.
Yes. Guys, go have a great con and enjoy your weekend, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning, unfortunately, at 9 a.m.